I'm Butch Williams. I am one of the partners at White Mountain Health Center. We are an Arizona state licensed dispensary. And we have our location is actually out in Sun City. So it's 9420 West Bell Road. And there we serve quite an array of patients. And in that regard, we were able to kind of see a unique variety of methods of ingestion. A unique variety of people not just smoking it anymore, they're actually ingesting it in other methods, whether it's topical or whether it's a vaporized product or whether it's something that's been ingested through an edible. So at White Mountain Health Center, we have a few different subcategories where we have our edibles company, which is Amy and Al's, and we also have our extraction company, which is called Sweet Science. Now, there's different types of extractions, and how many people here, by just an applause, have used any type of an extraction, whether it be dabs or whether it be through an edible? So it sounds like it's a lot of people that have used extractions in the house. So back in the day, there used to be something just as simple as rubbing your hands all along the colas of the marijuana plant. And as you would do that, the resin glands would stick to your fingers, and that's where the term finger hash come along. And you would rub the finger hash off of your fingers and make a little ball. And that little ball, you would be able to go ahead and smoke it, and it would have a higher concentration than the flower itself. And they would make these little Moroccan balls. They would do that. Then people started going, hey, it's an oil. We can separate it in water. If we get it really cold, we can shake it, all the trichomes off, the resin glands off, and then we can start extracting that way and start sifting it through these fine little mesh guards. And then they were gathering balls, but it was a different process, but it was still a hashish ball. And that's a bubble process. And then we've been using that process for a long time, but now we've gotten a little bit more scientific with legalization and with us being able to use more science to help back us up, to help get the actual products to our patients in a more titrated and more exact dose. So now what you're seeing is people being able to extract the plant all the way down to its pure crystallate form. We can get products down to 99% purity. And the process that we're able to do it, there's different ways we can pull the plant from a solution. We're able to strip all the oils off of the plant, whether it be through CO2, butane, or simple alcohol extractions. Once you get all of that extracted off, you get a crude oil, or you can get a shatter product that you can make out of it, or you can make a crumble. Who here has used shatter and crumble, and who uses that method, just by show of hands? There are a handful out there. So it is a really fast way to get medicine in your body without having to use a lot of product. You're able to get upwards into the 80% THC range using that. However, there's a lot of people that are still intimidated or don't want that much medicine. So we even take the product down to a more less primitive, more molecular size. We use distillation to make our concentrates. With our edibles, we use distillate to help make our vaporization pens with the cartridges. And how we do that is we'll take the first extraction process, we'll strip the oils off. And once we strip the oils off, we separate all the fat from the plant. We put it in a freezer at negative 80 degrees Celsius. So it's really, really, I didn't even know I had a crowd back here. Hey guys, I'm sorry talking back to you guys. But we take the fats and we separate it from the actual the oils. After we separate all the fats, we take it in a rotary process and we evaporate it, kind of like it's kind of like taking oil or taking something when you're cooking on the stove and you're making it more thick by letting it evaporate. And so that's what we do is we take all of the extra liquids out and make it into a real honey oil. Once we do that, we'll take all of this really beautiful gold and we filter it one more time to get any impurities out. We're talking, it goes through charcoal filtration, through a big machine that kind of pumps it out, and at that point, it is pure, pure, pure. That product then goes into one more process. It's called short path distillation. And not to try to sound too scientific, basically what we're doing is we're separating each molecule as its own. So we're extracting all the terpenes one by one, and we're able to gather the terpenes. And we're able to extract all of the CBD, all the THC, CBD, CBGs, all of the cannabinoids. And once we get that, we get it lab tested, and we're able to find the purity. Once we know we're about 99% pure, we know at that very point that it's a quality product, that we extracted it to its full potential, and then we could put it into doses, separate single doses in each one of the things. So here's one of our cartridges, and inside you can see the oil. That is actually distillate oil with terpenes added back to it to help with help getting the THC into your nervous system. So here's a visual of some crumble that people use to extract. This is before the distillation process. And this one actually holds a lot of the terpenes without bastardizing them. So it's a really good way to ingest and get a lot of the flavor as well of the cannabis plant. So we've gone quite a long ways from being able to take the plant and its resin glands from our fingers and rolling it up into resin buds, little resin balls. We've come a long way from doing that to being actually taking the plant one by one, breaking it down, putting it back together so we can actually have a product that is exactly the same each time for our patients. Consistency, that it will be that dose that we guarantee you is going to be consistent each time. And I think that's why Amy and Al's and Sweet Science has been so successful, is because you know what you're getting and you know the quality is there. So usually I have questions and answers, but at this type of environment, it's a little bit difficult. So I want to go ahead and end, and I want to introduce one of my partners. His name's Jeff, and Jeff Kaufman. He's going to talk a little bit about our products that we have.
I'm here representing Amy and Al's Edibles, aaedibles.com. They are distributed solely in the state of Arizona to medical marijuana card holders. They are made by White Mountain Health Center, which is at 94th Avenue in Bell. However, they are available at roughly 30 dispensaries throughout the state and hopefully a lot more. If they don't have them at your favorite dispensary, I hope you'll ask them to consider carrying it. And that's because you aren't going to find a purer product anywhere. And most importantly, you're not going to find a product that's cheaper for what you're getting. Our products sell for $10 or less per 100 milligrams of THC. And if you're familiar with edibles or even THC, you'll know that that's really a great price. We make our edibles in various strengths, from as low as, I believe, 10 milligram hard candies and gummy bears. We have brownies, which we are really well known for, in 3 different sizes, going up to 400 milligrams, which I believe sell for under $30 in most dispensaries. And for you ladies and gentlemen here that are like marijuana but don't like the calories, I don't think you'll be disappointed, because you could probably cut one of these bars in about 20 different pieces, literally. We also make truffles. We make gluten-free granola bars. which are my personal favorite. We have the truffles come in 2 different strengths, and they include strawberry cheesecake truffles, German chocolate truffles, and Oreo truffles. We make peanut butter cups, and we make snickerdoodle cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and peanut butter cookies, which are my favorite cookie, in 2 different strengths. So I urge you to try them, and we'd love to hear your feedback at aaedibles.com. Thanks for letting me take your time, and good luck to you all.